Salutations, I'm Just a Mike, and welcome back to Celeste B-Side. This is gonna be a little different because I just kind of played the B-Side thinking I would take a whole lot longer to finish it, but instead it just ended up being roughly an episode's time, so I decided to take this opportunity to talk to you about something that I find personally important, and it's something that's been on my mind lately. Think of it as a defense mechanism should I get popular. If this video is deleted in the future, that's a bad sign. It means future me has gone rogue and is evil. So don't fucking listen to it. But on that note, fame, from what I understand, can really change a person. And I've seen it through multiple examples, and I don't want to be changed, necessarily. And that isn't to say that I don't want to become famous or YouTube popular, since, is that really fame? There's a certain threshold that makes a big difference between YouTube popular and fame. But that's neither here nor there. So many people, when they're given the power that someone who has a lot of popularity has, a lot of people abuse it, and I want to play it safe. So this is sort of my move against the potential future I might fall into, where the fame and popularity goes to my head. Just because I say something doesn't mean that it is right. Just because I ask someone to do something doesn't mean they have to, or even should necessarily. It doesn't make anyone any less of a fan or anything like that. And it's hard to verbalize my exact fears without bringing up examples, but I don't want to sort of stir the pot necessarily. There's also a lot of facts and situations that I just don't know the full story of as an outside perspective, and I don't feel it is my position nor my time as of this moment, without doing any sort of research, to call people out on that. So I can only speak for what I want from myself in the future. I want this to be a safe place, not necessarily safe space, because that comes with certain connotations, but I want this to be a welcoming place. I want it to, more often than not, be the decided goal of this channel is that people watch it for me as a person rather than the stuff that I do. And that makes it even more dangerous, because then I have a lot more influence based on what I say and what I do, and 9 times out of 10 when I'm recording, it's literally just verbal vomit. This is completely unscripted, so I suppose this kind of falls into that category as well. I don't know fully how to express what I want to express. I don't think I have the words right now to say it. If I become an asshole, fucking ditch my ass. I suppose those are words you can trust, huh? Even though I'm here like, don't trust what I say. Don't just go along with it because I say it. I think it is for the best that if I become abusive to my fan base, assuming I even develop a fan base, but, you know, contingency plans, I guess. Should I, one, develop a fan base, and two, become just a right prick, just ditch my ass. That's... And I know... because there are a number of people who I have, quote-unquote, ditched their ass in the last couple years and stuff like that. People I really loved watching, people whose videos brought me a whole lot of joy. And I know it's hard when you feel a connection to someone, especially if it's based on the premise of their personality. But change is inevitable. I will not be the same person recording this as I will be 10 years from now, 5 years from now, hell, maybe even 3 years from now. I've gone through at least one major change since the beginning of this channel that I'll eventually have to talk about, and I know that's the case, but I don't really want to right now. But, yeah. I don't know, this kind of feels like I'm wasting your time. Then again, better safe than sorry. And this is all based on the premise that I'll get popular, so it sounds like I have some sort of massive ego or something like, oh yeah, of course I'll get popular. This might have been really poorly thought out, but I feel it's important to say, so this is gonna end up in the video. All of this. All of my sweet, succulent, random-ass ramblings. Sitting alone at a desk in a room, speaking into a microphone on the cable of my headphones. Watching the little green and yellow bars bump up and down in the OBS software. YouTube paused in the background on my PlayStation. Here I fucking am, a rambling goddamn mess. Why did I start describing the scenery? There's lots of trees and they're very green. That's fucking random. Technically, it could be a psychologically manipulative tactic as well. Lamp shading, I think it is. I don't remember. It's where you show yourself doing something to make yourself feel more relatable. And honestly, that's kind of the premise of the channel. That's why it's named I'm Just a Mike. I'm just a guy named Mike. Well, Michael, but you could guess that from Mike. There's fucking billions of Michaels across the world. And while at the same time, I'm like, I'm not them, I'm me. I'm also faced with the fact that I am a pretty fucking average dude. And there's nothing wrong with that. I have dreams for the future, and my dreams are my own, and I'm happy with them. Assuming that I can eventually succeed in them, but again, that's neither here nor there. I'm getting off topic. TLDL, too long didn't listen. If I get popular, 1. 2. If I get abusive towards my fan base, or even to individuals, hold me accountable. Like, I know nobody probably fucking saw it, but I think it was called Galaxy Squad or something like that. It's an interesting game, and it was supposed to be a mix between, mix between FTL and XCOM 2. Well, XCOM in general, and I was really excited about that because I thought about concepts like that. when I played it, it didn't live up to my preconceived expectations, and I kind of shit on it. I was really rude, and I should have been more polite. I should have provided constructive criticism rather than just kind of being a dick. And the same thing goes for Horror Veil. I feel really bad about that. Because it was a genre that this is supposed to be explanatory, not excusatory, because being a dick to me is not 9 times out of 10 not excusable. It's a genre that I was not familiar with, and there are tropes that I am not familiar with in that genre, and I got very frustrated because I felt like I wasn't providing the entertainment that you guys would want. And instead, what ended up happening was I was a giant douchebag to the developer. And my friend baited me into giving it a rating, and I really didn't want to give it a rating. But I still animated it, and I didn't remove it from the video because I thought it was a little funny, and I didn't expect anyone to actually freaking watch it. Now I'm on a rant about that. I guess I'm gonna call it here. Enjoy the rest of the video. I'm sorry for this weird rant. Thank you guys very much for watching. Remember to take care of yourselves. Tomorrow's another day. I hope to see you then. Goodbye.